Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video where we are gonna get ready together. I have a bunch of new makeup to be trying out. Some of these are like, I have like 3 bronzers. We're not using 3 bronzers, okay, everybody calm down, but I just wanted to show you what is new, what I have. Maybe I can do one of these again in a little bit, just using some new makeup, chatting a little bit, catching up, and getting ready. And I will be doing something purple today because I have this new Lavish palette by Colourpop, so we're definitely doing lavender. Or what were they calling it? Lilac? Either of the two. Most of these things are things that I picked up in my Sephora VIB sale haul, and I do have a video where I'm talking about all of those things, so if you're interested, I will leave that link down below so that you can check out like what are the things I bought if you're interested. I did pick up 2 primers, so we won't be able to use both of them. This is the One Size Secure the Sweat Dry Till Dawn. That's not what she said. This is the mattifying primer, and we got the Milk, I think it's like an Pore Eclipse mattifying primer, and I will be using this one today because I'm going to be using the setting spray with it as well, and we'll see just how I feel about it. Of course, when you do these first impressions, you're never able to give like a full review of anything, but I will give you some thoughts about this as we go. Ooh, haven't even looked at this one. Sir, I got the mini for some reason. I was talking about this in my haul video. I was like, did I get the mini? And I did. This smells like something. Not necessarily like fragrant. I think maybe the formula has something in it. Oh, this is definitely like pore blurring. What kind of an ingredient deck is in this one? Oh my god, that is so many languages. Yeah, this is a silica primer. Okay, makes sense why I felt like it was so blurring then. I'm just gonna put this on, English out the window, and I'm gonna leave this for a little bit because I like leaving my primers for a little bit because sometimes they need to set down, otherwise they pill, and I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit so that you can actually see what's going on. I blame Ellie Dawson for this one. I bought this foundation at, I think I bought it at Target when I was there buying snacks. Am I the only one who only goes to Target for snacks? Like, that's what I buy there. Snacks and the random makeup items. So this is the Revlon Color Stay Longwear Makeup for the combination oily skin. I got it in 240, which is like, I think it's called beige, medium beige. I have no idea if this is gonna fit or not. I don't have any self tanner on right now. I do have a little bit of tan because I've spent 2-3 hours by the pool. I do tan quite easily, but we're gonna see if this one works out for me. I haven't even swatched it. Should I have swatched this before? I feel like I'm doing like rookie mistakes. So this is gonna be like a mix today of some drugstore, but mostly high-end. I'm literally gonna be matching Colourpop and Revlon with Pat McGrath and like, what do I have? Some indie as well. I have the new Unearthly highlighter as well. I'm really going all over the place, but I feel like this Get Ready With Me pretty much represents. That is a great shade match, but it's gonna be too light for me in the summer. So if I like this foundation, I might need to get a darker shade for the summer. But I feel like doing a mixture of like drugstore and high-end and indie is a really good representation of like how this channel is and my taste in makeup, because I'm the kind of person like I like what I like, and I think like for good things and like for good, how would you say that? For good and bad, I don't care too much about the price. Not that like I am on an unlimited budget and can buy everything I want. More in the, I don't care if it's expensive or inexpensive. If it's good, it's good. And sometimes there are drugstore things that are better than high-end stuff. Sometimes indie is better than mainstream and vice versa, let's be honest. And sometimes I really do be liking the expensive version the best. I was having this discussion with you in the Not All Poofs Are Created Equal video, where I was talking about dupe culture and how I feel like the dupe culture has been diluted by claiming that some things are dupes. And I mean, dupe is from the word duplicate, like a copy. When they're not a copy, they're just in the same ballpark. Like, oh, this is a liquid highlighter and this is also a liquid highlighter, so they're dupes, even though they're not having the same formula or the same color or the same wear time, and they don't look the same on the skin. And you were giving me a lot of thoughts in the comments of that one about what you think a dupe is, and how you like look at like affordable makeup, and how you look at like the dupe hunting and everything. I really thought it was like a really nuanced and great discussion, and a lot of you got me thinking about like, what do we expect when we hear a dupe? Because I feel like that's the thing that like stuck out the most in that discussion. What do we expect when we hear dupe? And I got so many answers in the comments of like, what do you think you're gonna get? Some people are saying when they hear dupe, this looks great, by the way. This looks absolutely great. This is I would say a medium coverage. It's a little bit like gel-like in consistency, easy to blend out, melts into the skin. If this wears good, I think Allie's really onto something, and I might need to get a darker shade for the summer. Let me actually first go in with concealer, because we're going to be using this Prisma Libre Skincare Concealer from Givenchy. I feel like this one went almost a little bit viral. A lot of people have been talking about it. It's a really big tube, but I don't know. Is this more concealer than other concealers have? This one has 11 milliliters. Hold. Because I do have the Say concealer here that I used the other day. Oh my god, did I have to choose the concealer that is literally the smallest writing ever? I think I'm too blind to see this. I literally cannot see what this says. I can't read this. You know a trick if you can't read something? Take a picture, but take the zoomed in picture and then look at it there. Oh, now I see with the zoom in. This is actually out of focus. This tag is out of focus. That's why I can't read it. It's not me not seeing it. It's actually out of focus. Well, let me grab another concealer then, because this one, you can't read anything. Okay, take number 3. This is the Glow Witch concealer. This is the one I want to be using next time. This is 10.5 milliliters, and this one is 11. Because people have been saying, oh my god, you get so much product. That doesn't seem like so much of a difference for me. Let me grab another one. Oh my god, this turned into a full-blown investigation. So what did this one say? This one said 11 milliliters. The Huda Beauty one has a little bit less. It says 9 milliliters. So you do get a bit more in this one. But this drugstore one from Flower Beauty says 10 milliliters. So I don't think that the way that some people have been talking about, you get so much product. I just think that part of it comes from it feeling like it's a substantial packaging, but you can also see the plastic is pretty thick here. So it's marginally a little bit more concealer than you get in some, but I wouldn't say it's as big of a difference as some has been pointing out. I've been really into concealers that are more my skin tone and like blending in a little bit more. Okay, I totally deviated from the whole chat about dupes. What do we expect to see or get when we're getting dupes? For me, and some people were agreeing, they want a dupe, a duplicate, a copy. The same kind of formula, the same kind of color, and you want it to look and wear the same on the skin. For me, that's the most important thing. I want it to be to the point that if somebody looked at me wearing the makeup and said, is that the Charlotte Tilbury Spotlight? Even though it wasn't, I would be able to say yes and they wouldn't question it. And I feel like with a lot of the things that have been sold as dupes lately, they're so far away from the same formula as what they've been marketing for duping with like influencers and stuff. So they're not really the same thing because it doesn't look and wear on the skin or feel the same way as the original product. And some people were saying they're just looking for something similar, something at an affordable price, so that they too can experience, you know, the feeling of as the example I was giving, a liquid highlighter with a poof without splurging on Charlotte Tilbury. And I definitely think there are a lot of really good liquid highlighters at the drugstore. You literally, even though I think the Charlotte Tilbury is the best, for some people, is it $42 best? I would argue no. I would argue no. If you think that's too much money, there are so many good things at the drugstore that you can get. I'm just a little bit sick and tired of the, oh, this is a dupe when it's not. And maybe that goes back to what some other people were saying about, I'm actually just going to be using my normal powder because I don't have a new powder and I just want to see how this one wears with like the normal powder that I use. I will link everything down below in case you're wondering what I'm using. But it goes back to the whole, and some people were pointing it out, dupes are really popular right now. Dupes are the kind of thing that people are searching for right now online. So if you name your video dupe, or if you name your TikTok dupe, a lot of people are going to be watching that and clicking on that, and it's going to give you views. It's going to make people click your affiliate links. I mean, people need to make money somehow, I guess. It's just that I am not... I feel like sometimes we use the word dupe a little too loosely, and I would like people to maybe be a little bit more nuanced with it and be like a similar result or a similar feel for a lower price tag. And someone was pointing out, and this is what I think, and I would like to do a video on this, but I don't think anyone's gonna watch it. And because of this exact reason, why can't a drugstore product be good on its own, like an affordable product? Why does an affordable product have to be compared to an expensive product to be considered good? And maybe this is the essence of what I really tried to convey in that video, is that sometimes drugstore products are actually better than some of like expensive products. And just because you're a dupe doesn't make you like, that's not the label of being a good product. Sometimes you can be good on your own. And maybe what I really want to do, I'm gonna do my brows, and maybe what I would really like to do a video on is like good drugstore products, just plain good drugstore products, not comparing them to anything, just like they're good on their own. They don't need to be compared to something expensive. They can like stand on their own. But I don't know if people are like interested in that. I think that like we're living in a society, I'm getting super deep here. We're living in a society right now where being rich is something that people want to be. They want to look rich. And I don't know why we are so afraid of just saying, I don't want to spend $42 on a highlighter. I'm okay with like just spending $5 on it, even if I could spend the 42, because I don't feel like that's worth it. And I don't know. And I'm not trying to offend anyone by saying this. I'm literally coming from a place of love with this one. But yeah, I think I'm gonna focus a little bit more on affordable product through a different lens, because I've talked about this before on my channel. Wow, I'm taking long breaks. There's a difference between being good and being good for the price. And I think sometimes with drugstore products, they're either good for the price. Oh, it's not amazing, but it's only $3. That's still $3. I was gonna say that's a coffee, but in today's economy, that's not a coffee. But like, it's still $3. That could have been a nice like popsicle, an ice cream, or like just something else than a product that's not exactly what you wanted it to be. And then it's the good. Not good for the price. This is a good product. It just happens to be affordable. And with drugstore, I feel like sometimes we get caught in this, oh my God, it's so affordable. Or this is a dupe or a similar product for something expensive, and they get their value through the price and not the performance of the product. So yeah, this video, and this happens so often, I love reading your comments, because quite often when I see your comments, it's sometimes changes my mind, or maybe even more like just crystallizes how I really feel, which is that the problem for me isn't really that we're into this like dupe. It's just that I'm sick and tired of that. I think it's great that we have products at different price ranges, and if I can get a similar result at a lower price tag, I mean, I'm gonna go for that as well. Ain't nobody out here just throwing money into the lake. Especially if I didn't work with this, I'd definitely be buying the dupe. I have no second thoughts. But I think it's the whole thing that like an affordable product doesn't have a value unless it's super affordable or it's a dupe for something more expensive. And I'm like, that's the part that I don't want to say tired of or sad about, but I don't know. I just wish that we could talk about products being good without necessarily having to compare them to something more expensive, because something doesn't get a value unless it seems more expensive than it is. I hope I'm making sense. I'm probably not making sense at all. Let me finish up my brows because this is taking forever. I decided to do a little lip liner as well, because we're gonna do a nudie lip color, because I bought two lip colors in the sale, and I think I swatched both of these in my haul video. So I bought one of the lipsticks from Mother. I have never tried any of her lipsticks, and I got this one in Venus something. No, Nude Fantasia. Listen, Venus would have been a good guess because I feel like a lot of her things are named Venus, and this was a beautiful color and I cannot wait to wear it, and I think I will be choosing this one. But I also did buy the Makeup by Mario Caramel. Do you say caramel or caramel? Because I say caramel because it resembles the Swedish word for caramel better, which is caramel. So for me, that makes more sense. But I've heard some people say caramel instead. And sometimes I like, you know, I catch myself saying it because since English isn't my first language, I pick up sayings and words and expressions and pronunciations for all different English accents. Like, I'm not the one accent. I will pick out. I'm not picky. I'll take from anyone. Maybe I should be wearing this one though, because I've heard that the formulation of this one is a little weird. So maybe I will be doing this one. I'll try the other one, of course, in the future. This is so much more pigmented than I want in a liquid product that doesn't dry down. I feel like I got too much on. Not me scraping it off. It is a stunning, warm, almost like chocolatey, milk chocolatey color. It's very comfortable on the lips, but it's that kind of a formula that you feel it's going to be an escape artist. It feels like this is going to just bleed all over my face. So let's see if it does, but I will definitely be using this in the future as well. I mean, it looks absolutely stunning. So here's the madness of this video. I have 3 bronzer formulas. No, I will not be taking any further questions at the moment. This one got sent to me as PR, and I did say in yesterday's video, this one is in Beyond, that I was going to be using this in the video. This is the new bronzers by LH Cosmetics. This is Beyond. I think this is the second shade. I also have the shade Always, which is a lighter one. But I think that's a really nice neutrally bronzy shade if you're like fair skinned. I don't think that this has shimmer in it, but there could be a sheen to it. Here's the thing, I said I was going to be using these, but I kind of want to use one of the bronzers that I bought in my haul. I kind of forgot I had these, sorry. So I bought the Kosas Sun Show, and I bought the Pat McGrath Divine Bronzer in Bronze Dawn. And I think, and this is just me guessing, I think that this bronzer, oh, the packaging is so fancy. I think that this bronzer is going to be too light for me when I have a tan. So I might as well take advantage and use it now, because I have, oh my god, there are packagings everywhere. I have a sneaking suspicion that this is going to be something that if I like it, I'm going to have to buy a darker shade. So let's try this on, because I think it's going to be beautiful for me now, but I tan pretty quickly and I tan to a medium. So I don't know if this is going to work for me, or it might. I have been into a different kind of bronzers lately. I feel for the longest time I was super into a very, very visible bronze, and I feel like as of late I've been more into a subtle bronze, or just even a no bronzer. Sometimes I always link in either a pinned comment or the description box what I'm wearing in the video, unless I for some reason am not able. And in a lot of things that I've been linking, I've been realizing, wow, I didn't wear a bronzer. So I didn't tell like which bronzer I'm wearing because I didn't wear a bronzer. And I've been realizing that I've been actually enjoying not wearing a bronzer lately. I don't know, there's something about just embracing your own face shape and being okay with it, and being like, just having a uniform, I was gonna say uniform face, but a uniform color in your face that I've really been enjoying. I always add a little bronzer under here to accentuate the shadow under here to make me look a little bit more snatched. I am. This is actually very buildable, so maybe I will be able to use this when I have a little bit more of a tan, because this shows up so much more. I mean, you can see this looks darker on the skin than it does here, so it could just be a very, very buildable formula, which is lovely. I'm excited about that. Do you hear how loud that was? What was that? I really like how that's looking. I love the face products from Pat McGrath. The powder, the foundation, the concealer, the blushes, the highlighters. The highlighters, I don't love them all equally, but they're beautiful. And this bronzer as well. She really has this down. And I think the main reason why I'm not head over heels for the eyeshadow formula is because of the color stories. They're usually not the ones that draw me in. You know, I want something that's a little bit more colorful. Even though I will say, and I did look at some of my, cause sometimes I'll be editing in the evenings, and I looked at some of the looks that I have been creating as of late, and I'm like, I'm really feeling, I don't want to say less dramatic, but I'm really feeling not super dark looks right now. And I feel like I've been doing a bunch of dark looks, and I'm like, I don't know, I just want to try something lighter, so I might do that today. This one I've only swatched. I bought this during the sale as well. This is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Flushed. This is like a cream blush, and it has the same formula as, well, it supposedly have the same formula as her Bronze Balm. And I like these with my finger. This is the second color that I bought. This is Jubilee. And I like applying these with my finger because I feel like I can control how pigmented they become, because I don't want them to be too much. Oh, what a nice clay red. Oh, it goes so well with the bronzer. And I feel like it's just effortless with your finger. Look at that. So pretty. Oh, I'm so happy I bought this in another color. I also have it in Bellini, and I was kind of hoping that that was going to be like this kind of an orange, you know, a yellowy orange. It's not. It's more of a bright peachy coral, which is nice too. But it's not usually what I reach for. But this color, it's like a wearable red. You know how I feel about wearable reds. I'm just gonna go over a little bit with a sponge to make sure that it's somewhat blended in. But I like that. I like a precise blush application. I know some people use super, super big brushes like this one and just go in everywhere. I like it to be more precise, but that's a personal preference. I also have I have a big head but a small face. Like, I'm the kind of face shape that would look ridiculous if I shaved off my hair, because it would just be a tiny, tiny face on a huge, huge head. I would be like eggheads. Do you remember that movie? Ugh. Coneheads, not eggheads, coneheads. Do you think that you can find that on the streaming service? I would like to watch that again. I'm going to be using the new highlighter by Unearthly. I'm just going to be using one of the shades. I'm still planning to do a dedicated Unearthly video. I just got in the new one of the Lure. Oh, it's so pretty. So I will be doing that in the future. Unearthly Cosmetics is one of my favorite brands, and they have changed their packaging, they have changed their logo, and they've changed their website. Love me a good update. And this is the Low Light Single Highlighter in Mirage. And I think this is the this is a multi-chrome highlighter, and you can't see anything here, but it is a gold to green to, or maybe a green to gold to peach. I'll see if I can put up a swatch in low light, and I will show you what it looks like. She has from before had low lighter highlighter palette, and that one was formulated specifically without that like grayish white ashy undertone that sometimes multi-chrome or duochrome highlighters can have, to prevent them from looking ashy on a medium to a tan deeper skin tone. So if you feel like sometimes colored highlighters don't look flattering on your skin tone, I would definitely look into that palette. They have beautiful shades in the palette. These singles are really pretty. Like, I can't see it here, but I can see it here. I'm just gonna do a little bit more of a wash. And I'm gonna do a little bit up here, because like I said, small face, big head, and I try to make my forehead look bigger. I don't contour it. I put highlighters above my brows to make the forehead appear longer, because not everyone is out here having a big forehead that they're trying to mask. I'm the opposite. I have a small forehead and I want it to appear a little longer. That looks really, really pretty, and it definitely is multi-chrome. Like, I can see a little bit of the green here. I'm hoping I'm able to show you in the swatch as well what this looks like, but that's stunning. I cannot wait to do a dedicated video on this. Let us do the setting spray. I am excited to be using this one. I've heard so many good things about this. This is the Pore Eclipse Matte Setting Spray from Milk Makeup, and apparently in this one I got the full set. This is so aesthetically pleasing. I'm not even about all black, but it's so aesthetically pleasing. I think you're supposed to shake it, right? Tick, 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 tick. Oh my god, this brings me back to being like a bartender. I was only a bartender for like 2 years, so calm down there, okay? Oh, that is a really nice spritzer. It's a very fine spritzer, but it's not like a fog spritzer, which I don't, sometimes spritzers are so fine that you're like, is anything even happening? But I don't feel like I got any droplets on my skin, and it wasn't an aggressive squirter. Nobody needs an aggressive squirter. This, I feel like this bottle would be something that would appeal to my best friend Lisa. I'm even talking to her on Polar right now, just giggling at her having like road rage over people that drive slow in traffic. But she has a very dry skin, so she's literally always, she comes on Polar, she's like, I can't believe how dry my skin is. I feel like she would probably benefit from living in a more humid climate, and I would probably benefit from living in a not so humid climate. Let us talk about this eyeshadow palette. This is the Lavish eyeshadow palette. I got this yesterday from Colourpop, and this is a full collection. It has Super Shock shadows, it has a Super Shock highlighter. The highlighter is purple, which I don't think is going to be the best for me. I have a little bit more of a warmer undertone. I think that highlighter, I'm gonna give it away to someone, and that person is gonna love it. No need for me to be digging into something that I already know is gonna be the wrong color for me. And there are also some super glassy lips, and I will be keeping one of those. And I don't know how I'm gonna do about the Super Shocks. I was actually thinking I was gonna use one of them today, but there are some really cute shades in here, as you could see by the swatches. So I think I'm gonna be bringing this one in though, because you've been asking about my opinions of the what are these called? The Chrome Liquid Shadows by Colourpop. So I think we're going to be using one of these today. This one is in Glaze. So I think we'll be doing this little thing. I do have a swatch reel of all of these. And I know some people were telling me those aren't multi-chromes. Like you can't see the shift. You can see the shift at the end a little bit, but I will agree with you. The shift is definitely not as strong or as prominent. I'm trying to dig some up of this one as it is in some more expensive multi-chrome shadows. And I think that's the big thing with these Colourpop ones. This is going to be one of those, is it good or is it good for the price? I think these are good for the price. There is a little bit of multi-chrome. If you wanted to try it out and just see if it's something for you, I definitely would say, yeah, pick one up and see how you feel about it. And if it's not for you, at least you didn't buy all of them. Because there is a little multi-chrome effect in there, but there are definitely so many more better multi-chrome shadows with more visible shifts and probably easier to work with as well than these, but they're also double or triple the price. So it's always like a give and take with these things. But if you were to ask me, would you recommend me buying these if I have never tried multi-chromes? I would say it depends on how much money you're willing to spend and if you think this is going to be something for you or not. If you're unsure and you want to spend as little as possible, I would say just pick one up. I've heard from people that have actually used all of them on their eyes that Beetle is the one that looks the best on the eyes. It's like a gold, green, blue duochrome, but it has a black base, so it is a little darker, and I didn't want that kind of a vibe today. But I think that, I'm trying to fit this in here. I think with most of these like multi-chromes, what you get usually with a higher price tag, what you get is a more pigmented formula with a stronger shift. Because what makes these multi-chromes very expensive, it is not that brands are like, you know, cracking the code and creating, like, it's the cost of the pigment. The pigment that shifts, those are so expensive. So what I want to do, like I said, I want to do something that's not as dramatic. We'll see how that works out. So I think I'm gonna start with online. Oh, is these like, oh, there's like a little digital theme going on. Digital skies, online, virtual. So, oh, okay. But I'm gonna use this next, like second to darkest purple, and I'm gonna put that out here. And I'm using, of course, my own brushes by Singe Beauty. I started my own beauty brand, and we came out with a 5-piece brush set. So I think I'm going to be using this escapism. It's really hard to read this font. It's a little weird font, and it's also holographic, so I feel like I'm too old for this font. I'm too old for this font. I'm going to use a little bit of that, and I am going to put that in the inner part of the crease. Again, keeping it a little bit on the softer side, and I'm also going to put a little bit and blend out this edge. I don't know, I was feeling a lighter look today. So I think that this will be good. And I also am gonna be packing this on the lid. Not maybe packing as much as like just setting the primer. Let me see if I can pull out a brush to do that. Like I'm gonna use the E1 that is dirty, hold. That's better. And I'm gonna be just setting the primer with that shade and having something underneath as a foundation for the multichrome that I'm hoping is gonna do something. Maybe I could have used this all the way up into the crease as well. I think that like this, something like a little softer. I will say this palette, I can already tell, it's too cool tone to be a favorite palette for me. I don't mind cool tones, but they're usually not my favorite when there's a lot of gray mixed into the color, as this one is right here. It's nice and I understand who it's for, and if you love cool tones, this might be perfect for you because this is, as you can see, very cool toned. So I'm gonna be using probably a little bit of this light pastel one with shimmer in my inner corner, and I'm probably gonna be using a little bit, maybe a little bit of this just in my outer corner, but I'm gonna do that after I have done this one. So this is the multichrome shadow, and I don't know, am I supposed to use the wand? I feel like mistakes are about to be made, and I'm just like, is this gonna be good? I mean, that's pretty not what I was expecting. I was expecting something that was gonna look a little bit more pink, but it's actually looking a bit more peach, but maybe that fits with the highlighter. I mean, that's something. It's covering up a little bit more than I thought it was gonna do. It's definitely like super smooth, but I also don't want to like disrupt it too much. Ooh, because I feel like there is a risk that it will just blend into whatever I have underneath, and it's just gonna look super, you know, super non-multichromy if it blends too much into what I have underneath. I mean, that looks pretty cool. Can I see the multichrome? I don't know about that, but I'm also having like direct light right now, so it's not super easy. I'm putting a little bit more of the purple on the edge. It's not super easy to see a shift when you have like light coming from all directions. That's not horrible. That's not horrible. Ooh, wait, while I finish this up, I have travel plans. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. I love that. Oh, I love that, and I wish I would have put that all over. Oh, I love that color. Okay, so I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but I did share or like reshare this one thing that Samantha March was putting, that she is actually together with Simbri is organizing a trip for creators to go to Charleston, and it's gonna be so much fun. I am so excited to be meeting a bunch of people that are going on this trip. Some of them I have met before, like Samantha. I don't want to like be saying exactly who's going, that I don't know if they've said that they're going, but I know Samantha March is going, Heather Austin is going, Bella Beauty is going, Laura May Beauty is going, Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun. Like there's a bunch of people going that I have met before and that I am like super excited to meet again. And then there are some people going that I have never met that I'm super excited to be meeting, like Kaki, for example. It's gonna be super fun to meet her for the first time. I will be vlogging this on my vlog channel, of course. Of course that's gonna be happening because I do have a vlog channel, if you didn't know. I did take a little bit of a break from my vlog channel. I'm using the darkest shade now. When I was launching my own brand Cinch, these brushes right here, because I was just overwhelmed with work and I didn't want to vlog. Well, my mental breakdown. So I didn't want to vlog that, but I'm actually vlogging this week and it's been fun to get back into vlogging. So I'm gonna have a vlog. Well, the vlog is maybe already up on my channel as you are watching this. And I'm just excited to be vlogging again. We've been fixing our patio. It's so pretty right now. I like this. I like this a lot. I think it looks super pretty and it's fun to vlog. I like to vlog. I feel like I had a pen here somewhere. Did I lose it? I want to use the white in the waterline from Oden's Eye. I love that one. Oh, I'm trying to get a mascara. always use that one when I want to have white in my waterline. I just think it's so impactful and it stays on me all the day and it doesn't go out. I also did book a trip with my husband to Europe. We need to meet our family. We want to, but like it's time. We haven't been home. We haven't been in Sweden since December of 2021. That's the last time I set my foot in Sweden or in Europe for that matter. So it's time to go to Europe. I will definitely be vlogging that as well because we are not only going to Sweden, we're also going to be meeting some of our friends that have moved to Brussels. So we are going to Brussels for the first time as well, and we have been booking some of that, and we're going in the like in the middle of June. So we're going for 2 weeks, like the middle of June. The middle of June, 2 weeks, we're in Europe, and I'm so excited about that as well. And then I'm going on a work trip to Vegas, and I'm going to be meeting Samantha March again. I'm doing that in July. But yeah, that is more of a work-related trip, but I will of course be able to hang out with Samantha. We're going to be doing some stuff together. I'm super excited about that. It's only going to be like a shorter trip, like a little weekend thing. And then I'm going on another trip in September with my friends. That is going to be more of a vlog trip as well. And I'm very excited about the fact that I'm able to combine traveling with work and just doing a little bit of everything. And I cannot believe that I'm going to be in Charleston. I mean, it's almost less than a week left. I'm leaving on the 8th. That's so soon. When I'm filming this, it's like 1.5 weeks until I leave. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to meet people. I'm sharing a room with Heather Austin. I mean, me and Heather are travel buddies. I know, I was gonna say know her inside and out, but like, you know, you're good friends when you like spend holidays together, when you've seen each other naked, when you can pee with an open door. So I'm super excited to be hanging out with her and sharing a room with her. There's so many fun, like Linda from Glitter Fallout is coming. I cannot wait to meet her again and actually spend some time with her. Oh my god, do you see that? It bunched up and creased a little bit. Okay. So it definitely doesn't dry down super quickly. Worth knowing that you definitely need to give it a moment to like dry down before. But yeah, some of the people that I am meeting on this trip, I talk to more often than I talk to my mom. Sorry, Mom. I'm just so very excited. I wish Karen could come. Karen Harris was supposed to come, but she's literally having a baby in like 2 weeks. So it wasn't a good fit, but I cannot wait to meet her again. I cannot wait to meet her soon to be 2 beautiful babies. And I'm so excited for her and her husband, Rel. I mean, I've met them. They're so lovely, and I really wish that you could come on a trip, Karen. I miss you. I miss you so much. But yeah, I really like this look, and it turned out the way that I wanted it to turn out, which is colorful, but not too dramatic. Do you see I smeared mascara there? Rookie mistake. While I'm waiting for the lash glue to dry a little bit, I'm going to be using a little bit of the Nyqvist Joy mattifying powder. And what I do sometimes is that I put it in my poof, and then I just, you know, rub it together a little bit, and I do a little bit just around my nose, because this is the area, and also on my chin, where I will get the most oily throughout the day. And I just put a little extra powder, and also in here, like my teeth, so just a little extra powder as a barrier. And I also really like the Nyqvist Joy powder, just as a barrier to keep me matte for longer. And then I go over with just a brush with no product, and if there's any excess, cannot speak, I will put that off. So yeah, it's the Nyqvist Joy Cosmetics. I just think it's the velvet finishing powder. I just think it's like a translucent shade, but I think it works really good, and it just gives me the effect that I'm looking for. So I am gonna comb my hair a little bit, fix this situation, put some falsies on, and you can see the finished look. I do feel very pretty, and I feel exactly like this is what I wanted today. I wanted something that was a little colorful, but just a little bit less, I don't know. Maybe there's something with the mood. Maybe it's something in the water. I don't know. The sun is peeking through now though. That makes me very excited because I was hoping to be able to be outside a little bit today. It was so gloomy this morning. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the look. Let me know if you've tried any of these products. I would love to hear what you think about these. I would say all in all, I think all of the products today worked out pretty good. For me, this lip product definitely starts out very watery, but it does dry down to a little bit more of a satiny feel. It's very pigmented. It hasn't bled outside of my lip line yet. I will say this palette, not super pigmented. It is definitely an okay ColourPop palette, but I'm not blown away by the pigmentation of this palette, except this inner corner highlight though. That was absolutely incredible. But this could also be my biased against cool tone palettes coming in. So if you were thinking about buying this palette, do get a second opinion from someone that actually loves these more grayish leaning colors. But I think overall everything looks beautiful. That highlighter from Unearthly Cosmetics is stunning, and I like the concealer. It hasn't traveled or settled in my fine lines whatsoever. It still looks beautiful. The foundation looks fantastic. I'm very excited to see how this one wears. I will be wearing this one a bunch more times. I will come back and let you know. And also, do you want to see a video of just like really good drugstore products, like really good affordable products, not compared to anything else, not good for the price, just good products that happens to cost less than high end? I would love to hear your thoughts about that as well. So I hope you're having a good day. Bye.